The Bourbon Junkies challenged everyone on whiskeytube to give their 5 bottles for every occasion. And here's ours.
All right, everybody. So the challenge that they wanted to do was the Night Starter Current Favorite Daily Hipster Bottle, Small Circle Bottle, and the Bottle Share Bottle. So we haven't seen what we've each other have picked. Hey, Todd, what'd you pick?
All right, so for my Night Starter bottle, this bottle I love. It has been my favorite starter bottle for several years now, even though it's not as talked about. Old Forester 1910.
Pretty good one.
Right, it's double barreled, so it's very sweet, caramel, a nice soft oak, that great Brown-Forman profile. I'm a big fan of Old Forester and Jack Daniels in general, the Brown-Forman. So this has been my favorite. When I'm going to have many drinks in the night, I like to start with this one just to get ready.
Yep.
Right, very sweet, very subtle, great mouthfeel, great way to start out the night.
Yeah, I always enjoy the Old Forester, and it always performs well in blinds, especially that one. I don't know why it beats out barrel proofs here and there, and I'm like, I can't believe this is 93 proof. But all right, so here's mine. I went with Early Times Bottled and Bond. I cannot say enough great things about this bottle. At least 4 years, 100 proof, 25-ish, $27 for a liter. I mean, you really can't get any better than that, and it's pretty good mash bills. So that's why I picked Early Times Bottled and Bond.
Another Brown-Forman.
Yes, another Brown-Forman product. Kind of now, but
well, it used to be.
Used to be.
Well, it's still using Brown-Forman juice, right?
Correct.
Because Sazerac hasn't owned it for 4 years, so they can't release a bottle of their own juice at this point. So it's still got to be Brown-Forman juice. Yep. We need to do a blind, the black top and blue top.
Yep, that'll be coming up sometime.
Okay, the next one is the Current Daily Sipper.
Yep.
So I have approximately 158 bottles open. So I rotate through a lot of bottles, and it's hard to just stick with one thing. Mm-hmm. But there is one bottle that I come back to at least once a week, especially if I'm only having one pour for the night. Yep. I know I'm not going to have multiple. Jack Daniels single barrel proof. This, in my opinion, is one of the best shelfers you can possibly get. $60, around that.
Yeah.
Anywhere from 128 to like 138 proof. I have found that the ones that sit between 130 and 133 are actually the best ones.
Yeah.
That I found. But this is just such a great pour, and you just can't beat it.
Yeah, every time I look for these, I always go to the store and I'm like, is it over 130? 128. Well, I'm like, maybe I don't need it yet. I got a couple over here on the shelf. So
this one's almost gone. But I have 5 unopened ones sitting on my shelf that range between 130 and 134.
Yeah. I always enjoy that one, especially for the barrel proof offering. So for my current favorite, I know I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but I enjoy the Weller 107. Here in Ohio, it's easier to find, at least for us. Usually once a month it'll come out. It's a controlled state, so it's always at the $55-ish after tax $60 price range. I think it's $58.99 now. So for me, if I'm going to have a nice little pour here and there, I usually can't go wrong. It's got a great proof, around 7 years old, and I think they're delicious. So
I almost picked that bottle, but I figured I'd drink Jack more. That would have been my second choice. Like Devin said, here in Ohio, I know how hard it is to get everywhere else. But here, it's not hard for us. In fact, maybe we at some point should make a how to hunt bourbon video in Ohio. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, let us know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. Maybe we'll do where we go out and see what we get. But yeah, at least once a month, you can get a bottle of Weller Antique without a whole lot of hassle here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we got the hipster bottle.
So the last several years, there is a distillery that I have been really hyping, and I love their stuff. And I ran across a bottle last year that was my favorite of their releases. So my hipster bottle is New Riff Silver Grove.
All right.
I am a huge fan of New Riff. They're single barrels. They're 6-year malted rye, the Balboa rye. It's all just fantastic. They do a high the 8 year,
proof,
the new 8 year. So they do a high rye mash bill. I really like their stuff, but the Silver Grove has been my favorite. And really the difference here is rather than using standard rye, they use malted rye in the bourbon mash bill. So it's got a really just nice, smooth taste on the palate when it's using that malted rye in conjunction with the malted barley and the corn. Very sweet and smooth, and at the proof, it's 113.5 proof. It's got a nice finish on it. This is a slip-on bottle. I don't really hear anybody talking about this.
Yeah.
And this is specifically the 2023 release. They have just recently released the 2024 Silver Grove, which I don't have yet.
But I did try it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, this one's almost gone, but I've got about 3 more bottles of it, so I'm set for a while.
Yeah, I believe these are ones at the top of their warehouse. This is how they pick these ones. Very good. They have a rye that I tried in the bourbon, the 2024, about a week or two ago when I was down there. I thought it was quite good. So, well, I guess the hipster bottle I went with. Todd, you probably won't be surprised by this, but I feel like I found this bottle before it was really hyped up, and I have always been a big fan of the Michter's 10-year bourbon. We just did a video, it might come out before or after this, but I've always been a big fan of the Michter's 10-year bourbons, and I just cannot get enough of them. The low proof, and I know they're a little bit expensive and hard to find, but for me, if you find one, at least these recent years, I always think they're a great bottle to have.
Because nobody talks about Michter's 10.
Well, not until recently, but yeah, after that 2023, I think the word's out, but I always like it. So, all right.
Next,
we have the small circle bottle.
Okay, so this is a bottle that you really just want to enjoy with close friends, right? It's not something you're just throwing out there for anybody to have. It's not something you're just drinking yourself. It's something you want to share, but you want to share it with people you're close to that you'll know will enjoy it. So mine, and this is where I might get some hate. George T. Stagg. So I know, possible to get, super expensive on secondary. This was a lottery win, so I got it at MSRP. This bottle's been well drank. This was opened in February, and I have never had a pour of this on my own. The only time I've ever opened this and poured anything in a glass is when I'm with people with me. So it's exactly what it was, a small circle. When I got a group of 3 or 4 people, we all have a little bit of this and give it a try, especially people who've never had it before. I like to share a little bit.
I've had 2 pours out of this bottle, and it is pretty good. A lot of people are not liking the 23 for some reason. I still think it's...
Yeah, this is the 2020.
It's pretty good.
It's fantastic.
So,
it is fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, I know it's a hard to find bottle, but I'm definitely one that your friends will enjoy and appreciate. All right, so mine also has a very nice dent into it. Mine is the double-barreled blend Parker's Heritage. When I saw this bottle come out, I was like 15-year, 13-year double-barreled from Heaven Hill. I was like, I got to get one of these. I do have one backup, and it's going to have to get cracked pretty soon here. But I know when I have buddies over here, at least for bottle shares, it's just usually let me try one of those and have some. So, but yeah, definitely a good bottle. It's kind of like the Elijah Craig C923, but double-barreled and a little extra age. But
yeah, and I've had 2 pours out of it, and I absolutely love it. And I'm on the hunt for one because I don't have one.
All right, so the last one we have is the bottle share bottle.
So to me, when I go to a bottle share, because I have so many bottles and pretty big collection, I like to take a bottle that I think a lot of people might not have had the opportunity to try.
Yep. Same.
Right. So it's going to be something that is harder to find, but don't hate on me because my whole purpose is I want to share it with people. But it's also got to be a bottle where if it gets killed, I'm not that worried about it because I've probably got multiple of them. So for me, it's the H. Taylor Single Barrel. I've got about 5 bottles of this. I've gotten from allocated drops through Kentucky, and I've got from Elisa's here in Ohio. And the last bottle share we went to, this is exactly what I took. Was it the Single Barrel H. Taylor? And I know a lot of people don't get access to it, but it's a lovely pour. It's not overpowering. No, it's not high proof. It's bottle and bond, but it's a very, very tasty pour, and I like to give people an opportunity to try it.
Yeah, this is probably in my top 10 of like, I know it's a hard to find bottle, but for what it is, I think it really amplifies the E.H. Taylor brand. And I think at that proof point and that little bit of extra age or selectiveness of their single barrel, I don't think I've ever had one that I was disappointed in. It just has an elevated taste to it that I really enjoy. So yeah. So my bottle share bottle is one that I recently took to a Bourbon Real Talk community bottle share.
Same one I took out, the single
same
barrel
one. So this is the Michter's Bottle Your Own from Fort Nelson Bourbon. When I brought it there, I had maybe taken a small crack out of it and had a sip or two with the wife and all, but this is the one she barreled down there. So if you know at Michter's, if you get there early, sometimes they'll do a release and you can do a bottle your own at different slots of the day. We were both able to do the bottle your own, and we don't have a lot left of this, but luckily I do have a couple backups because I'm a big Michter's fan, and yeah, you can only get this at the distillery, so I figured it's hard to come by for most people if they haven't tried at least some Michter's products. So
yeah, and I've had that one, and I like it at a little higher proof. I wish the 10-year was around that same proof.
Oh, I know.
107, 108.
Yep.
All right, so there you go. That's both of our 5 bottles for every occasion. Let us know in the comments what you think of them or what you would have chosen. And please hit that subscribe and like button and follow us for new videos and let us know what you think.
Yep. And remember, the best bourbon is the one you like the most. See you next time.